Hello and welcome to today's session. In today's session, I will discuss about problem behavior theory. Problem behavior theory developed by Richard Jesser and his team in early 1960s in USA. Their theory came up with certain problem-centric behavior which was noticed in tri-ethnic community in southwestern Colorado. This problem behavior theory actually followed social learning theory and the concept of anomy. It was a longitudinal study which followed up for few years. This theory mainly looked upon three core variables, three core system you can say, that was perceived environment system, the personality system, and the behavior system. This theory also tried for certain remedies. I shall move further to discuss this theory in detail. Problem behavior theory. In the early 1960s, there was a problem in USA adolescents related to alcohol and other antisocial activities. In this regard, Richard Jesser and his team prepared a theory and known as problem behavior theory. Problem behavior theory was developed in the early 1960s to guide a comprehensive study of alcohol abuse and other problem behaviors in a small tri-ethnic community in southwestern Colorado. Problem behavior theory is a systematic, multivariate, psychosocial, social psychological conceptual framework derived from Rotter's social learning theory and Martin's concept of anomy. After its initial application in the tri-ethnic research project, the framework was revised in the late 1960s for a longitudinal study of the socialization of problem behavior among secondary school students and college students. In the following 3 decades, problem behavior theory has been revised and extended during the course of a series of studies by Richard Jesser and his colleagues. It was first adapted for the follow-up study of the earlier cohorts of adolescents and youth to encompass the developmental stage of young adult, which was mentioned by Jesser, Donovan, and Costa 1991. Specifically, the framework was expanded to articulate the important social context of young adult life, family, work, and friends, and to measure key properties of those contexts, such as the stresses and satisfaction they are perceived to generate. Problem behavior theory was elaborated further for more recent research encompassing pro-social behavior and health compromising and health enhancing behavior in addition to problem behavior in samples of adolescents from the United States and the People's Republic of China and for a study of tobacco use and problem thinking among college students. The conceptual structure of problem behavior theory. The conceptual structure of problem behavior theory is both complex and comprehensive. As originally formulated, the theoretical framework included three major systems of explanatory variables: the perceived environment system, the personality system, and the behavior system. The concept that constitute the perceived environment system include social controls, models, and support. Perceived environment variables are distinguished on the basis of the directness and conceptual closeness of their relations to problem behavior. Problem behavior proneness in the perceived environmental system includes low parental disapproval of problem behavior, high peer approval of problem behavior, high peer models of problem behavior, low parental controls and support, low peer controls, low compatibility between parent and peer expectations, and low parent or relative to peer influence. The concept that constitute the personality system include a patterned and interrelated set of relatively enduring socio-cognitive variables, values, expectations, beliefs, attitudes, and orientations towards self and society that reflect social learning and developmental experience. Problem behavior proneness in the personality system includes lower value on academic achievement, higher value on independence, greater social criticism, higher alienation, lower self-esteem, greater attitudinal tolerance of deviance, and lower religiosity. The concept that constitute the behavior system include alcohol use, problem drinking, cigarette smoking, marijuana use, other illicit drug use, general deviant behavior, that is delinquent behaviors or other norm violative acts, risky driving, and pre and precocious sexual intercourse. Involvement in any one problem behavior increases the likelihood of involvement in other problem behaviors due to their linkages in the social ecology of youth. So one structure have been prepared by Jesser. Here you can see three core domains, that is socio-cultural system, which includes the opportunity structure, the normative structure, the social control structure, followed by the socialization system, that is the parental reward structure, the parental belief structure, the parental control structure. And the third context came up, that personality system, the perceived opportunity structure, the personal belief structure, the personal control structure. So here Jason mentioned three systems. So what are these three systems? The socio-cultural system, the socialization system, the personality system. So these three core domain areas are very important. So socio-culture includes the norms and social structure. Socialization deals with parental control, reward, belief, and personality structure of self-control, self-belief. And these three structure will lead to the behavior system that Jesser observed. So he found these three structures are related to deviance rates and deviant behavior. Those behavior which are not accepted by our society. That's what Jesser received, and Jesser has prepared this uh, model in 1968. Problem behavior theory and the developmental transition into problem behavior. The problem behavior theory framework has logical implications for development behavior change. Their theory has been organized to account for proneness to engage in problem behavior that differs from regulatory norms. Much of what is considered to be problem behavior in youth is relative to age graded norms and age related expectations. The very same behavior may be permitted or even prescribed for those who are older, but uh, prescribed for those who are younger. Drinking, for example, is prescribed for those under legal age but is permitted for those who are older. Sexual intercourse, normatively acceptable for adults, is likely to elicit social control for a young adolescent. Consensual awareness among youth of the age graded norms for such behaviors carries with it, at the same time, the shared knowledge that occupancy of a more mature status is actually characterized by engaging in such behavior. Thus, engaging in such behavior for the first time can mark a transition in status from less mature to more mature, from younger to older, or from adolescent to youth or adult. Insofar as the regulatory norms are age norms, and insofar as behaviors can serve to mark transitions in age graded status, the theory yields an account of transition proneness. Transition proneness for problem behavior predicts which adolescents are likely to change behavior status, as well as the prospective timing of their transitions, earlier versus later, into these problem behavior areas. So I'll continue the remaining portion in my next session. Uh, Thank you.